San Jose, Costa Rica, in Central America, and I'm working for Emerson. This is a company that's from the United States that has here a perfect execution center. And what I'm doing right now is I'm the expert community coordinator for our consultant department team for PSS, for industrial energy. Now we have different communities for all the different parts that we work with. So for example, we have one for power, water, and solutions, and we have one for energy, and then we have one for micromotion. And what happens is experts or consultants, however you want to call them, or subject matter experts, they get to connect with everyone. So for example, if you're located in Dubai and you might have a question in regards to something that you might need to use a device or a question that a customer presented, you can use our community. You can log in, for example, if it's micromotion related, go through the micromotion community, post your question, and then the owner of that community sees the question and then makes sure that the correct person connects to them. So basically what I'm trying to do is make sure that people get involved, they understand the process, and they see the benefit in connecting through the internet, because if it was just emails going back and forth, then there's no repository of information. So the knowledge gets lost through the emails. In this case, the knowledge gets shared and it gets stored in a place where everybody has access to it. So you would ask this question like 10 years ago. Someone would be like, community where I live? What is that? So this is something that right now we couldn't have even pictured that it was going to be this important. If someone is brand new to the concept, a community could be something like a Facebook, but for enterprises. Meaning, if a company is, for example, like ours, which is all over the world, it can be just one place on the community itself, on the internet. It's one place. So, for example, I have people from India, I have people from Dubai, I have people from everywhere commenting, dialoguing, meeting through the community. It's a repository of knowledge and a communication that's 24/7. You have a question right now, you ask it, and it might get answered by someone that's already gone to bed, or someone that's just waking up, someone that's at work, someone that's at the beach, someone that's wherever, but they're all communicated through this one single place. Company. And for me, our consultants are like rock stars. You can ask them questions to the weirdest things, and they have the answers for everything. It's like they're not even there, and they know how to solve the problem. I mean, how cool are they? The thing is, for everyone else to view them as rock stars, I need them to be out, to be public, to be collaborating, to be sharing knowledge. I think it all comes back to recruiting processes. This is something that I had a challenge with at the beginning because, well, I was searching for a position. I already had an MBA. I studied for 10 years. I speak 4 languages, but I didn't have the experience to back up that MBA. So I would go to different interviews for positions, and they would be like, oh, no, because you don't have enough experience. I'm like, yeah, I understand that, but I'm here. I'm willing to do the work. I'll get my hands dirty. I'll do whatever it takes. And they're like, no, 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 no. So in a sense, I sort of felt like I wasted all that time studying while I could be partying and not doing anything and still would be getting the jobs because I would have had some experience. So I think it all starts with the recruiting process and the way they select future leaders or future stars for their companies. It's not all about the experience. Sometimes it's about the person itself. Sometimes you can tell if a person is going to be able to just roll with the punches and do the dirty job. And when they're done with the dirty job, then you can say, hey, maybe this person can also be good for this and for that. And this is something that they do here quite often with recruiting. They don't search for the perfect resume for a position. They actually do a very good recruiting in people, thinking of a person that can right now fill this position we're offering, but in the future, we can develop them into fulfilling in different positions. And by making them grow, we can make the company, we can assure the future of the company. To make mistakes is okay. People make mistakes every day. That's the way we learn. And not because you make a mistake, you are dumb or you don't know what you're doing. It's just mistakes happen, and we profit from mistakes. Great things come out of mistakes. So if you make a mistake, just say, hey, you know what, I made a mistake. Let me figure out how to fix it. In my case, what I would do is I would ask my boss, and I'm like, hey, you know what, I made a mistake, but I'm not quite sure what happened. Would you mind telling me? Oh, yeah, sure. So this is what happened. Oh, great. Perfect. So now for next time, I know exactly what's going to happen. So it's also, this is like a shout out for bosses and for peers. Don't come so hard on anyone that makes a mistake. I mean, if we're all humans, that's the normal part that we learn. So making mistakes is okay. Learning from them is the important part. So that's one thing. And be very sure of the things that you're good at. It takes a while to know yourself because it's really difficult when you live in a culture that basically oppresses you or makes you feel like you're weird because you're different, or they don't like that you're bossy, or they don't like that you're this and they don't like that you're that. Well, embrace that. Embrace everything that maybe people don't like about yourself and figure out what your key strengths are. And use them. Use them to make good. Use them to your advantage. So just embrace whatever makes you different. Take a chance to know what you're good at. And try to be in an environment that allows you to be good at that. And that allows you to be yourself. If you're in an environment that doesn't let you be yourself, you're always going to be sad. And you're always going to be depressed. And you're going to hate your job and your boss and everyone around you. Because I've been there. I mean, I've been there in my past positions. And I hated everything. And I'm not like that. I'm Mary Sunshine. I love it here. I love doing everything that I do. And every time I get a new challenge. But my challenges are funny because sometimes I get an email and I'm like, I don't understand a single word on that email. No clue. So I start Googling every word and I'm like, I'm supposed to know English and I can't figure out every 2 words out of this email. What is this? And I'm like, okay. So I usually take a little bit of time to figure it out. And then I'm like, okay, boss, so I had no idea what you asked. I did a couple of research. I contacted some people, hooked up my connections, and now this is what I think you need. Is this it? He's like, yeah, it's pretty close to what I needed. I'm like, oh, that's good. I love working and doing things I have no idea how to do and then figure them out in the way. But that's me. That's Sophie, and that's what I like. Everybody should find what they like. And it's okay, even if what you like is just sitting in a store and tending to people because you like the connection. Then do it, but do it with your heart.
Wow.